Much has been written about the Biden administration's proposed tax changes to finance the American Families Plan. While those are still only proposals, farmers need to consider how such changes could impact their bottom line. Iowa State University's Christine Tigran explained why in this presentation for the virtual Mid-South Agricultural and Environmental Law Conference.
So the one thing I want to clarify from the onset, what we're going to talk about today has only to do with income tax changes. Income tax changes in the way capital gain is taxed. That is what the administration is proposing. That is what is in the American Families Plan. And the details that we're going to talk about today really came out from the Green Book, which is the Treasury Department's detail that they put onto paper of the president's revenue proposals. So the president put out his budget, and part of that budget release is a detailed report from the Treasury in terms of what each of those revenue proposals entails. So it was from the Green Book that we got more details on what the president is proposing, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. So it's overall $1.8 trillion in proposed benefits, and $800 billion in tax cuts. And the proposal says that no one earning less than $400,000 would pay any more in income tax. And so I'm going to kind of walk through what the proposals are for the tax increases and show you that, first of all, I just want to say at the outset that this is a layered approach. So the first sort of prong or the first layer would be an increase in tax rates. Okay, so we'll take that step first. What the plan proposes is to go back to having a top tax rate of 39.6%. So under current law, we have a 37% top tax rate, and that 37% top tax rate isn't triggered until we get to $628,000 of income as married filing jointly. The proposal would increase that top tax rate to 39.6%, and it will lower the income threshold at which that top rate is reached. So you would reach the 39.6% top tax rate with $509,000 of income as married filing jointly. Now, more significant is the proposal that beginning after April 28, 2021, or perhaps beginning on that date, so notice this would be a retroactive change, long-term capital gain for those people who have income of more than $1 million would be taxed at ordinary income rates. Okay, so what this proposal would do is say, if you have overall income above $1 million, you, instead of having a preferential capital gain tax, which under current law is 20%, and I'll show you that chart in just a minute, you would pay a top tax rate on that capital gain of 39.6% for the gain that's over $1 million. So current law, a taxpayer with $900,000, or the example from the Green Book of how this would work would say taxpayer with $900,000 in labor income, $200,000 in preferential capital income would have $100,000 of that capital income taxed at 20%, even under this new law, but $100,000 of it would be taxed at ordinary income tax rates. So it proposes that this change would be in effect in 2021 to prevent people from dumping all of their highly appreciated assets this year before this change is made. Now, notice that the increase in tax rate from 37% to 39.6% is not proposed to take effect until 2022. So this means if I was subject to this new tax rate in 2021, the top tax rate I would be subject to is still 37%. So here's our current chart for long-term capital gain. Here is how it is taxed currently in 2021. And this would remain for 2021. But what we would add to this is a new bracket of $1 million. And for $1 million and over, we would then have in 2021 a 37% rate. And in 2022, that would go up to 39.6%.